I am the queen of potential and unrequited dreams, my competence slain at the altar of your expectations. Your doubts only serving to fertilize the soiled wasteland in which I cultivate my own fears of inadequacy. But at least in that I am successful. For if you challenge me to fail, I will succeed, and if you challenge me to succeed, I will fail. At least in that I am consistent, or am I? For your hope in me is born in my inconsistency, which means I must have already succeeded in your eyes, somewhere among my many failures, and perhaps I can again. Or perhaps you're just being nice, already having determined that I will never fulfill your initial expectations of me. You euphemistically saddle me with potential to justify your prophecy and excuse my failure to perform up to your expectations of my suspected grandeur, of my ability to fulfill your expectations from actually occurring. Doubts of my failure or doubts of my success, I doubt that any of it truly matters to me, or except to me, for I am the queen of potential and unrequited dreams, and within me hope springs eternal, and for that I will potentially be eternally grateful. Your participation is not as you thought it would be, extracting pain from hope, or the reverse, which is even more insane. But the sublime is in everything, and all you must do is reach out and touch something, someone outside yourself to find it, and yourself. Alone, afraid, seeking love with edges that cut, and a mind shattered by its alternate realities. Broken, smashed, impaled into 1,000 jagged pieces that just don't fit into this society, into one stereotype or the other. Twisted, demented, full of anger and rage, painful to watch and impossible to hold. She whispers repeatedly to what's left of herself, life becomes what you make of it. Life becomes what you think of it. And all the king's horses and all the king's men cannot a queen make despite all her best efforts. With 1 foot forward and delusions held high, she steps into her own abyss. Psychosis is as psychosis does. Deformed and reformed with hard glue made of ashes, 1,000 jagged thoughts hurtling through space and laughing all the way. Ha ha ha. Life becomes what you make of yourself. Life becomes what you think of yourself. Life becomes what you think. She cannot love herself, love her madly. A heart of gold is just a Neil Young song she sings to herself when she cries. She likes to slam poetry in her mouth, she likes a taste of it. Vicious in victory, pretty in pink, quixotic words clanging in sync with nighttime vibrations so thick they're shaking the bricks, sharing the space of my brain, insane, but only on this plane, sublime on the next, perplexed by the reason for existence when feeling purpose lost, victory at all costs, ringing hollow in the night's fog, like a black sheep singing among the orange dog's light. Love is eerie tonight, but still she swaggers. Lips pursed back, she attacks her emotions like a ball of flames. Before you've had time to notice, the burns have left permanent scars carved into your existence path. You sit in the scorched aftermath and contemplate this day again, never wondering why she is about to give up on the world. And still she rebels, until the end, dead again. Her words have consequences, flight, slight, no, not tonight. Words become your white fences, she sweetly yells so eloquently into the microphone of my ears with her last breath, and still I cheer her ambition and execution. She deserves it. Punk poets passing purple paper pixelated with pink pheromones and pastel pistols of rage. Fat joints rolling, fat truths being consumed. De facto derangement of phosphate dreams and pixies flying bucks effervescent and precisely punctuated with hope. Fat joints rolling, fat truths being consumed. I stand alone with a dictionary and a dream, and a fat vocabulary for prose I rarely phrase properly. Fat joints rolling, fat truths being consumed. Phenomenal pies and poets are always the best tasting ones. My voice is not a competition, call it intuition, superstition, fascination of intrepidation. The need to express myself has deep roots and only the best of intentions, but still it does not compete. Sublime, this world of rhyme, my imagination fine as I run the next line, always thinking good time as my soul starts to shine. Hearing the fleet backbeat, romanticizing dark city streets, I am hypnotized by the rhythm of the chaos of the night, as the poet's souls take flight, and their sounds soar like angels while the demons come home to roost, and I, in the middle of it all, stand tall, drinking in this experience like my life depended on it, because it does. But still, my voice is not a competition. It is the peace I find, the innermost truth, my real self captured in a paper picture booth, vulnerable and venerable, soft and delicate, except when it needs to soar. I share fine lines and fun times, and the world's greatest pleasures in the words of the poets I truly treasure. But still, my voice does not compete. Passionate and strong with killer rhymes, singing life's sweet song, my voice cannot be denied. When the soul from inside becomes one with the air, and my words make contact, have impact, and explode. But I am not here to gather your vote, but instead to float, to inspire, to connect, and cast collective hope for ideas that save our souls and the planet for us both. To live in rhyme and find like minds who together partake in the sublime. But my voice is not a competition. It is instead the finest of wine from recesses earth deep, and tastes like a secret you simply can't keep to yourself. But still my voice does not compete, for I relish the words of all my good friends who go through great lengths and passionate ends, again and again, time again and again, constructing rhythms and rhymes to unveil the most exquisite of lines, which propel me to think and to feel, to laugh like I'm human and cry like a child, and carry my soul above what is real to the plane of the transcendent, where I love to reside and go wild, because, for me, poetry is meant to be shared, and my voice is not a competition. Tangential tangerines talk relentlessly of freedom as orangutans of hope hide behind their innocent eyes, posed to eat only the best jello. Mellow, yellow, pink passion like a bird of compassion. With nowhere to land or come down from her trip, she slips, hip dripping heavy, until she finds her balance. Then she soars above the tangerines and orangutan scenes. I don't know what any of it means, but I can see now she is happy, and that is truly all that matters. Tangential tangerines with orangutan dreams, a smile on a young girl's face, and I, in frenzy, descend again. My tribe has escaped. Asylums are evil. The monkey now dances. The young girl is lost. She has not yet met my altar. I can no longer watch or participate in this tragedy. She's an angel. I just sit here playing marbles and replaying the highlight reel until the medicine kicks in and I can finally dine again. I wonder if they see me. Bunny costumes are so conspicuous. Blindfolded and stone cold. Damnation saturation escapes alliteration from factory haystacks and export tankers scattered among the green dead cow's eyes. Only slightly askew golden seagulls dance upon the iridescent oil-glazed sin water, sun children, squealing with glee of a spindrift. The old buzzard's tattoo bleeds profusely, nowhere to go, nowhere to withdraw. Not even a garbage pit filled with treasure from rainbow-lined imperfections, rotting core of a once glassy ripped high society's bowels, riding high upon the vibration wave's crest. She am Rastafari. Her words glittered contrast pale blue, blindfolded and stone cold, dropped from the top of the bookworm's pages, void. Sandstone sculptures, Greek goddess no more. Scrambled eggs thicken like blackened surf, screaming against flat, screaming ledges. Salt flats bleeding, revolting grandfather clocks, keeping time drizzled on mother's watch. Gender education. Levitation, inspiration, illuminati of illumination, dedication, determination, radio-free world, medication, celebration of hate negation, separation is not moderation, aberration of experimentation, modulation of the conversation, elevation above disassociation, blood aspiration, binary extermination, speculation yields mental radiation, vaporization begets distillation of frustration and education, interpretation, colorization of sexual integration, administration's castrated fixation and mutation of logical ostentation, translation, gender contamination. He, she don't get the they variation, so time for opinion reformation. Acceleration of free association by demonstration or legislation. Assassination of female objectification and an end to correlation of orientation. We favor application of true equalization, radical thoughts of a new generation. I numb myself to kill the pain, I kill myself to prove my fame, interrupt I have myself to blame, I think I'm gone, my thoughts insane. So dance I must to plant my feet and run upon the swirling street until I collapse inside your arms, imagination planting cosmic farms, landscapes sculpted, word and pen, and I am in despair again. My cigarette has lost its spark and I am writing in the dark. The animals, they keep me calm, a pig, a sheep, and ticking bomb, a waddling duck who gives a fuck, and thunderstruck the prancing buck. Their stepping falls upon the floor, down I go, my farms at war, lapping, silent screams, the animals living out my dreams. I ride to town, the prancing buck, the sheep, the pig, and waddling duck. I'll tag along to see the sights, a priest administers last rites. The bomb explodes, the feathers fly, and I look the duck straight in the eye. Should I forget or wring its neck? But there they go, what the heck? It's just a game I must remember. October, March, and in December, snow comes down and melts again and reminds me I am still not sane. And thunderstruck the prancing buck, the waddling duck who gives a fuck, the pig, the sheep, an exploded bomb. The animals, they keep me calm. The cow, unsympathetic, pulls the alarm as pain burns down my cosmic farm, while stars above look oh so bright, and I have lost my mind tonight. They stab themselves, watch with fascination, the colors drip onto the page. They drink hipster green tea, explode like gaydar cannonballs. The world is their storm cloud, but they tell the world their secrets, bow deeply to applause lines. The sermon testifies and wails. They change the level playing field, leaving audiences spellbound. The ends just as the means. They grin, an invisible Cheshire Cat, talking of madness and nonsense. The end is a mirror of the beginning. They shave only half of their head. Sacrificial lamb at society's altar. The stereotypes run rampantly. They are delicate flowers in motion, casting spelling bees in mortal clay. The community's toast is well buttered. They are pluralistic lovers preferring experiences to rules. The wind has no home but sky. They are singular, friend of mine, who have no preconceptions but love, so let them do so. She dons a black mask with goggles for eyes and a long beak of a raven, strange little bird she flies, knowing some of those who mock her now will one day follow her, and those who choose to scorn her may one day be devoured or may devour her from inside. feasting upon her fears and oddly soothing insecurities, depending solely upon the strength of her own will. We can only mask our fears for so long before we have to face them, rise or fall, and bravely choose to stand up and do it all over again. Humans being human, how utterly strange, crows our little bird, smiling blithely under her black leather mask. She understands our pains and insincerity all too well. I can only hope one day she finds love and knows the difference. I like that you're reading me, says a precocious little poem. Preoccupado con palabras mejor. The death of my 58th brain cell succumbs to psychosis of language, to which this poem says, drink on. I have always been a sucker for advice from poems. Jack Black on the Rocks. I like how this precocious little poem has already given me wickedly bad advice. Trouble is, the poem likes it too. I swear these things have a life of their own, and the poem hates me for disclosing too much of its complicated secrets. Like dark chocolate, honey butter, or a horse romping through your veins, you smile like the freak you truly are. Because we are all responsibly bad, life is too stressful to be otherwise, says the precocious little poem. I wonder if it unfolded in 3 because of it or because of me. Me, says the poem, precociously. This is called I Make a Mean Pecan Pie. I drink milk like ice water and white coffee like tea. I relish warm croissants with butter and honey dripping onto my chin. Nothing beats cheeseburgers other than New York-style pizza. Brooklyn, you've won me over. I make a mean pecan pie, Grandma's old state fair recipe, now franchised in the pie case at your favorite national pie chain. I can't fathom my ex did that, but it's a great recipe and I might tell you the secret the next time you visit. My mother always burned the bread, well not always, but more than usual. What I imagine is usual, reports vary. Most families have their table secrets. I have learned to lust. Crispy, flaky crust. Lasagna made with cream cheese if you want to feel rich and luxurious. And nothing beats Cajun red beans on a bed of jambalaya topped rice for the most elegant of comfort foods. Or chicken fried steak, white gravy, handmade butter mashed potatoes, and steaming pan of hot cross rolls. Fresh strawberries, pineapple chunks with hand-whipped whipping cream. Warm vanilla wafer banana pudding. Hot tapioca and cold rice pudding. Mint chocolate chip ice cream. These are a few of my favorite things. Just musing on the exploration of preferences that make each of us unique. And my love of black olives.